I like that we have a constitutional republic. What I don't like is like you guys hear about the fourth branch of government all the time, the administrative state, the bureaucracy, right? If you think about it, there's a bunch of unelected bureaucrats that are in DC full time. They look at a guy like me who comes in there and tries to, shake things up a little bit, and they're just like, we can just wait this guy out. He has to get reelected every 2 years. And by the time he gets the documents that we're stonewalling him on, right? It's so far into the future that people are like, oh, move on. That's in the past. And so, I do like the fact that we have a constitutional republic. But our system has problems like everybody else. And I think right now the administrative state is one of our biggest problems.
I think one of the biggest mistakes we made was the 17th Amendment. So I think we should repeal that. That is the senators by popular vote. I think that senators should have always been chosen by the state legislatures to represent the state to the federal government.
Yep. So the Kathy Hochul, when Santos was actually on the day he was removed or whatever, they voted for it. Kathy Hochul said that she was going to replace what's his name, and she obviously doesn't have the power to do it.
Nope.
And it's part of the reason why she assumed that she did is because she doesn't have a fundamental, deep understanding of our governmental structure. She's the executive of the state of New York. That's why. And what the error that she made is she was thinking that she should be sending selecting to represent the people for Congress, but she would select the senator because the senator is supposed to represent the state. Because she misunderstands how the structure of government works. That's why she made that error. That's why she said, "Oh, I'll select for the House." The people obviously have to select who is going to represent them in the Congress, and she would select.
Oh, we just lost Phil.
Serge is doing some deep
we're trying
work right
to
now. Fix the things.
Yeah. So I'll just pick it up from there. The general idea with the 17th Amendment was that there was corruption, that state legislatures were just picking their buddies, and we can't have that, and that's a mistake. Because now nobody cares and knows who their state senators are and who their state reps are, and that's substantially more important for everything. Because if this country was unified culturally to a certain degree, where everybody was paying attention to their state reps and legislatures, you could get a convention of states. You could actually have the states just be like, we're changing things. We're done with Congress. We're done with the Senate. You're not getting anything done. And then there's other ways to do it too, amending the Constitution through Congress and through the Senate. But we don't have any of that right now. And I think you need it. So I look at this idea that you're talking about, Ian, and it's a huge mistake. And it's for exactly what you were saying. It could take you years to get the documents you need. Yeah. And you're fighting re-election every 2 years. And if you can maintain that, you can get these documents. You, Ian, sitting in your room waiting for a bill and thinking you want to pass it, bro, we're going to get people who are going to think the polar bears are dying, and so they're going to vote to build a polar bear sanctuary. It's like The Simpsons when they built the Bear Patrol. You guys remember Bear Patrol? One bear wanders into Springfield one time, and so they're like, okay, everyone's panicking. They all voted for a referendum for the Bear Patrol. And so then Homer looks at his paycheck a week later and he sees a bear tax and they've got like planes flying around. That's the problem with people who, I think that's why we have a constitutional republic with representatives. We select the person we think is the best for the job to do the job like any other job. And then we trust they do the job well. And if they don't, we fire them.
It could be that the representatives maintain their authority and ability to like request documents, but that we just as citizens gain an ability to also produce legislation that we can vote on together. Because like I feel kind of helpless a lot of times looking at Congress and being like, I have all I can do is convince people to go convince someone to do something.
Have you ever actually like written your congressperson?